I hope all of you perform really well today, and may the best person win. Let's get to know our quiz host for the day. Actually, that's a wrong statement. The quiz host for the day does not need much of introduction at all. He is known to build quizzing properties for our country, like Tata Crucible and TCS InQuizitive itself, from the time of its inception, both the quizzes. He's the only quiz master to have hosted at the Royal Opera House in London, and he's also an Harvard alum. There are many more things about him that I could tell, but I'm not going to bore you with that here today. I think that's a snappy introduction of him. That's good enough. Let us applaud and let me present to you your quiz master for the national final of TCS InQuizitive 2023, Big Brain.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers, parents. A very warm welcome to the national final of TCS InQuizitive 2023. Thank you, Rashmi, for being a wonderful host through the quarterfinals and semi-finals. She was not even supposed to be here to introduce me. She was supposed to do the semi-final and run to the airport because she was hosting a quiz tomorrow at Mangalore, and her flight got cancelled. I think there's some problem today with Bombay flights or Mumbai flights. We had a big delay yesterday as well, so luckily she's still around, and someone else is flying into Mangalore. So, well, good to have had her to be part of the final because she's literally, like she said, seen these children move through, or students move through into this big final. From here, the stage is a huge one. It's never easy to be at a national final of this stature. TCS InQuizitive itself, over the years, in my opinion, has moved to become a movement rather than just a quiz. Schools look forward to it. Schools hire people to train these youngsters to be part of these quiz shows. I sometimes suspect their revenue model is a little better than mine, but that is for another discussion. Yeah, these quiz trainers are very serious, and they make quite a lot of money training youngsters to get to quiz finals. The courage that I saw in these youngsters while I was watching Rashmi take us through the semi-finals was amazing. The half chances that they took to get themselves into that national final, the strategies that they deployed, the number of times they asked her to show the scores was indicative of how calculative young India has become today. So everyone works around with their own strategies. So they really earned their place to be here at a final like this. The platform itself is extremely respected and revered by schools across this nation for the simple reason the only objective Tata Consultancy has ever since it started this quiz is to help build a greater capacity of youngsters for the future of this nation. Nothing else. Like I keep saying, they don't vend biscuits or chocolates to be in school quizzing. All the other brands that we normally work for in school space have products for schools. But TCS primarily does this to build a better nation. We've genuinely got some of India's best quizzers at this point in time who've made it. So I'm going to begin by introducing them to you first before we move on and get to our questions and the format for this final. We've also been very, very careful with our timing at every quiz. So that's something that we consciously keep an eye on. But ladies and gentlemen, the big finale, all 8 of them truly deserve to be here. All 24 of you, like she said, thoroughly deserving a place here. All those of you joining us on the internet to watch this, I'm sure you're going to enjoy this riveting final as much as you've enjoyed all the quarterfinals and semi-finals that you have witnessed so far. So, ladies and gentlemen, time for me to begin introducing our 8 finalists here today. On my extreme right, bearing the chill of the air conditioning of the Taj, and he's already complained about it, saying it's too cold on this chair. Well, your draw of lots gave you table number 1, so we can't help it. But you got a nice blazer on to battle with that. As the heat of the questions get on, that air conditioning will be comfortable for you. Don't worry. Ladies and gentlemen, our first contestant representing Delhi Public School from Kolkata, Sukrit Gupta. Put your hands together for him. Neighboring him from the coffee country of India, from Chikmagaluru. I think that's the first time in the history of this quiz that we have Chikmagaluru in the national final of this quiz. From the Amber Valley Residential School, representing them, Atindra. Put your hands together for him as he qualifies. He's not going to complain about any chillness here coming from Chikmagaluru. He would rather say reduce the temperature of the air conditioning. Neighboring him as table number 3, also from DPS Kolkata, this time around Aman Ray. Put your hands together for him. In Newtown as well? All right, how do you have 2 different colored blazers? Just move the mic up. Yep.
Yeah, I'm older than him, so...
The color changes?
Yeah, about something like that.
Oh, you got grade-wise colors.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. That's a common youngster answer these days as well. When we adults ask them something, the common answer is something like that. So it's for us to figure option A, B, C, D, what is something like that? You know, it's so true. These days they have these answers. Well, we'll allow the something like that, but I'll probe into it a little later. But one of the things we did, because we do now a blended version of digital and a ground event only for the national finale, it has given schools the ability, if they are in different semi-finals and quarterfinals, to actually have good contestants, even if 2 of them are from the same school, because we've moved to an individual format. So it's really nice to see 2 of them representing their school in this final. Moving across to the historic and beautiful city of Jaipur from Rajasthan, representing them from the Cambridge Court School, Rohan Gupta. Welcome to you. Elections are far away. Why all this namaste, all you guys? We've got a lot of months left for our elections. It's a new trend with all these school kids, you know, namaste. Nice, but good. All right, on my left from, well, our own Mumbai, as the Mumbai crowd would say. He's probably going to have whatever support we have here, largely from TCS. And representing the Rahul International School, Arnav Nigam on my near left. Put your hands together for him. Never an easy city to qualify from. Mumbai with digital rounds can become Mumbai-Pune. So it can get even more complicated because Pune in itself has some outstanding school quizzing talent. So to be a Mumbai-Pune champion and to be on stage, hats off to you. Moving across to our left, and a city which is very good in quizzing and doing well as a school, Delhi Public School, Vadodara, representing them, Nilesh. Put your hands together for him. And, well, you take 10 quizzes on an odds of 6 to 10, you will find this school in a quiz final. They've had the legacy of building quizzing teams over generations. They had an iconic founder who really believed in knowledge beyond classrooms. I think that's reflecting as a culture for them. Representing them here today is Sanjay Sai Rajesh from Padma Seshadri Bal Bhavan from Chennai. Put your hands together for the young champion who's walked through to the final. PSBB have been very, very consistent at quizzing across genre, not just technology quizzing, but across genre. And another new school marching into the national level. So we've got new entrants coming in. We've got Amber Valley, we've got Cambridge Court. Cambridge Court, I think, was here last year too. I'm not sure, right? One of you seniors was here. Yeah, someone was here last year. But finally, from Thrissur, qualifying from the Vijayagiri Public School, Aditya. Welcome to the final. So, to what I do best over the next 35 to 40 minutes, we have the national finale of this quiz. 50, the value of a question. You've got 2 attempts on every question. So you get it right, you get a plus 50. If you get it wrong, you get a minus 50. But the remaining 7 of you can attempt the same question and the scoring remains absolutely the same. So 2 attempts allowed on every question. I've got 25 questions in all. So that's a scoring opportunity of 50 questions if someone does get the first opportunity wrong. Yes, Aditya.
So if I get the first attempt wrong and I can answer again.
Not for the same question.
Okay.
So even if you want it, you can't get minus 100 on the same question. Yeah? All right?
Okay.
You get only 1 attempt. So the whole philosophy, and we do a lot of analysis of quizzes before we frame rules, the whole idea behind 2 attempts for a question is in the probability of a student leading the quiz by a high margin, these children are very good at taking voluntary negative marks. They're very good at that. So we see that at higher end of quizzing in the IITs and so on. You know, they're leading the quiz and they'll take voluntary negatives so no one gets to answer the other questions. So when there are 2 attempts allowed, you get your negative and someone else still gets to score. So that's the whole idea, basically a check and balance for that rule. The buzzers on all questions is the fairest way to play a national final, because if we do passing rounds, then you're always going to carry that feeling, hey, my neighbor got an easier question than I did. So here, everyone has a fair opportunity to answer every question. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a thunderous applause? 8 outstanding students from across this nation in the national final of a phenomenal quiz that has stood the test of time in school quizzing. We need to ratify that, but looks like the next edition of this quiz will make this quiz the longest consecutively running school quiz ever in Indian history, without a break, because we also ensured that during the COVID times, the quiz did not stop, but it just adapted itself digitally. So next year, we would be crossing over another quiz, which unfortunately has stopped because the bank merged with another bank. Vijaya Bank had done 23 editions of a quiz, so the bank does not exist anymore. So for now, this quiz is in the reckoning to become India's longest surviving school quiz and really charming youngsters. All right. If you're all set, scorers, if you're with me, and we're ready to roll. Question number 1. In the first frontier of our game here today, it's time to play Predictive Intelligence. Here it is. It's a round where we give you clues and pictures where you can actually work the answer out. So it's like predict. You can predict an answer. There's enough in the question for you to work around it. So that's the logic behind how we've crafted questions in this round. 50 the value on both attempts. So if you're ready, you could either take a look at this screen or if you want to just stretch a little at the back. But the best screen is the LED screen in front of you. On your screen, question 1. Here we go. What is the cause of these marks on the face of the moon? On table number 7, Padma Seshadri, what's happening for the moon to suddenly...
That's the shadow of Chandrayaan 3.
That's the shadow of Chandrayaan 3. Minus 50 on the first one. Someone's gone for it on my right. Cambridge Court. Rohan.
That's the ISS as it passes.
Take the hand off the mic, yeah?
That's the ISS, International Space Station.
So every time it passes the moon, it leaves a trail like this on the surface of the moon, which looks like the moon's been zipped up or something like that. The ISS transit, put your hands together. Fantastic! Oh, that's a quality answer. A negative on one side, a positive on the other. He went with more emotion. ISS is more the pragmatic way of looking at it. Well, Chandrayaan just landed. So, unless you thought it went on the other side. Fair enough, okay. But he didn't think wrongly, but he missed the 50. On to the next one. Hands on that buzzer. Question number 2 coming up for you now. Known as foxglove. What are these trees in the modern world? Cambridge Court on my right.
Telecom towers, like mobile phone towers. It's just designed to, hide them amongst the greenery.
Oh, these are simple cell phone towers. But to make people more environmentally conscious, etc., you design it like trees. Plus 50 again. Well, clever from Jaipur. He's on with a strong start here today. He's got 250s back. And he's got that absolutely right. Cell phone towers. On to the third one. On your screen. First attempt. Let's see who goes now. This is an inspiring startup. One of the topics we've been covering consciously is startups, because you youngsters should learn that. Table number 8, even without me continuing with the question. Go ahead, Aditya.
Atomberg.
What is Atomberg?
It's like an electrical appliances startup. Their tagline is "Why not?"
What do you know about Atomberg? Or
I know their tagline, and their commercials are like highlighting the idea of why not.
And where was the startup from?
I don't know.
You don't know that part. Well, it's an IIT Bombay startup story. What class are you?
Eighth grade.
8th.
Yes.
We'll send you tomorrow morning. They'll recruit you at Atomberg. Put your hands together. Outstanding. I mean, that is new India. If someone from Atomberg is there, they're going to make him their brand ambassador. Class 8, and you're tracking something like Atomberg. It's an attitude that you people need to build. It's a great startup to read about. Fantastic young guys from IIT Bombay. It's an inspiring tech startup. But the attitude that they bring to all the innovation they do is why not? And if that has caught the imagination of an 8th standard youngster, they're doing something right about themselves. I'll write to one of their founders and tell them this. He's going to be thrilled about it. But a plus 50 to the young lad from Thrissur. Class 8. Ouch. Okay. Here's the next one. On your screens. Now. These are very important constructions. From the world of engineering, these are very important for a purpose. On table number 2, Chikmagalur. Go ahead, Atindra.
Sir, they prevent soil erosion.
Hand off. It'll automatically vibrate, that's why, yeah.
So they prevent soil erosion. When the waves come and hit the shore, it takes away all the sand. So these boulders prevent that from happening.
And what happens if there is erosion of soil? So why do you need these?
So just to prevent soil erosion and, soil not getting washed away into the ocean.
The silt which comes across towards the end is very, very important. One of the contributions that it does is actually to prevent the erosion of soil there. And therefore, the end of the oceans become weaker. And that is also what creates storms, etc. Soil erosion is the core of it. It holds the soil together. Put your hands together for him. Well answered. It's a very crafty engineering logic. So the whole thing we try to do with this quiz is we try to make you look at things, and the next time you look at it, you will ask questions saying, why are these boulders here? The why not is important. So all we're trying to do through a medium of a quiz like this is to provoke that curiosity and that thinking skill to ask, why are they here? Otherwise, I've seen a lot of youngsters, they just go, they'll take photographs. Oh, something random is here. Why is it here? Start thinking, start asking. Superb 50 to Chikmagalur. As we go to the next one, on your screens now. This is Padma Seshadri.
Is this Swift key from Microsoft?
Hand off the mic, guys. Don't touch it. It will vibrate. Yeah.
Is this Swift key from Microsoft?
He'll take a minus 50. He's playing in a hurry sometimes. Take your time. Well, it's an open source framework from Google.
Flutter.
Without a flutter, plus 50. Well, he's got that absolutely right. I think he's just waiting to eliminate some options. The moment I use the word Google, he zeroed in on Flutter. So that was like Google's keyword search. He was waiting for the keyword and he got that right after that. So 50 to him, well answered. Well, as we move on to question number 6, this quiz is moving and moving at some pace in terms of scores going towards Rajasthan. As we go to the next one, and we take a look at the scores as we progress, maybe after the next question. On question number 6, on your screen now. This is Ontario. Aditya's gone for it.
It's a memorial of Alexander Graham Bell.
It's a memorial of Alexander Graham Bell.
Yes,
How do you know this?
I just learnt it.
Well, it's like as if it's one of my relatives' memorial. I happen to know it. Outstanding. My God. This is baffling sometimes as a quiz master when youngsters stump you. What you don't hear is it's almost like he's got an undertone saying, what a silly question, big brain. You feel that way. I was actually, my card says, as a tribute to transmitting sound through space, this is a monument that is a tribute. And he just looked at it and said, Alexander Graham Bell. Outstanding young man, 50 to you. We'll take a look at what that's doing to the scorecard. Young India can really stump you with their speed and their matter-of-fact display of knowledge. Early days, just one round done, but we'll take a look at the scores. And here it is on your screen. Where are we? On 150, we've got Cambridge Court from Jaipur, Chikmagalur on 50, and Thrissur on 100. So those are the three who are off to a early start here today. We've got a long way to go. We've got 5 rounds of quizzing. As we move to the second round of this final, time for us to play on what we call leveraging technology. Here it is. This is a round which focuses on how it's not necessarily core technology, but how technology has been used in such a beautiful way to create solutions. So keep that loosely at the back of your mind, unless, answers as matter-of-factly as you do. Starting with the first one, hands on that buzzer, scoring pattern remains the same. On your screen, now. This entity has been all over the news in India. They announced a huge tie-up recently, which made them grab the Indian headlines. If this is the Australian Stock Exchange, he's gone for it. Go ahead, Aditya.
For the rescue operations in Uttarakhand.
That's a minus 50. That was a class 8 answer finally. Well, he showed his age there and gave a passionate answer. Minus 50. Wait, we got 2 attempts. They did something very significant in India. Could be a little above your age grade to ask this question, but why is the Australian Stock Exchange making a lot of news with the Indian media? Good question for me to slip in. Nobody. All right. Finally, I did something to earn my salary today. Anybody in the audience? Yes? Young girl? The stock exchange in India? No. Anyone else? All right. It's big news? No, your TCS t-shirt. You can't answer. Yes. TCS has a huge contract from the Australian Stock Exchange. You're not in the TCS dress, but are you TCS? You are TCS? You win a very special prize. Give him a round of applause. That's your prize. No, give it to him. He'll still get his prize there. The Australian Stock Exchange, they have a huge tie-up with Tata Consultancy Services for the revamp of their technology backbone. Probably a little above school children to work on that. As we go to the next one, on your screen, now. What is common to these machines? I mean, what do they do for you in life? On table number 2, Chikmagalur. What do all these machines do?
Sir, I know the center one makes laddus. So I think the overall answer would be laddus.
Can you give me a more generic one? Stick your hand out. Yeah?
So they were developed by Bosch, and in Tirupati they saw that it was difficult to make a lot of laddus, so they invented this machine to speed up the process or whatever.
So that's one of the machines. What's the machine on the right? What's the machine on the left? You got a view on those?
The other one makes dosa, and I'm not sure about the first one. So basically, they are instant food machines.
One makes laddus, the other makes dosas. The first one makes what? Pastas? Plus 50. Plus 50! Well, you don't have to go too far. Just go to Terminal 2 of your airport in Mumbai. You will find the dosha making machine. It's available outside Terminal 2. The laddu making machine is at Tirupati, and I was not kidding you. That is a pasta making machine for houses which struggle with pasta but want to make their pasta superb. Food machines using technology where you can change the size and do what you want with it. Superb. He gets a 50 from Chikmagalur. As we go to the next one, on your screens now. This is a phenomenal collaboration between two countries. Go ahead.
Wagah border. That's, I think, the left. On the left we see the Indian side. On the right is the Pakistani side.
Oh, and what did they build it as?
The border closing ceremony that happens each evening.
That's what happens there. So what is the idea behind this?
I guess it's to promote sort of friendly. I mean, it's not sort of friendly relations. I mean, just to, what do you say, keep contacts between the BSF and the Rangers, I guess. Open, something related to that.
He knows fully well he's giving me absolute garbage. Plus 50 on Wagah border. It's a classic example of cross-border cooperation where one architect drew the entire structure, modeled like a stadium. 3/4 of it rests in India, 1/4 of it rests in Pakistan. It's used as the Wagah border. It's built like a stadium, but one architecture which shares two borders. Phenomenal. In the world of technology, today you need collaboration, and today the crowd management there is also completely technology based. But a superb answer to get Wagah border. Fantastic. He'll get himself a 50 again on that, keeps himself in the lead. As we go to the next one on your screen now.
This is the Apple Vision Pro.
Hand out.
This
Yes.
is the Apple Vision Pro. It's a mixed reality it's a pair of mixed reality goggles. Not exactly virtual reality, but you can work, you can watch videos, etc.
He's buzzed quickly yet again. This time, he's got it right. Put your hands together from Chennai. PSBB. He's got it right. As we go to the next one on your screen, leveraging on technology and creating different solutions. Which entity in India is this? Here we go. Oh, buzzer, sorry. On your screen, here's your question. Who manufactures the PSLVs and the SSLVs in India? It's not an easy question. I promise you the answer is not ISRO. Think harder. It's our national final. I will have something that stretches your benchmarks. Is someone going to produce an answer on this? That's a killer of an answer in your language. Nobody. Anyone in the audience on this? Tough. Wow. Yes, young man. From Varanasi. Yes. No. Yep. Yes, young lady. Not Bharat Heavy, yes? Well, at a quiz like this, when you passionately say Tata, you win an audience prize, but wrong answer. Okay? For all the courage that he had saying, ye Tata hi hoga. So, well, what's Tata not into? But if you're left with an audience prize, I'll give you one. Okay? That's a fair yes. No. It's a very young company. It started as recently as 2019. Yes, sir. No, not HAL. Someone said HAL. Last chance. All right, I'm going to give you the answer to this one. This is a company called NSIL, which is New Space India Limited. It is part of ISRO in a larger sense. It's a government-owned company specifically built to exploit product development and services emanating from India's space program. Because there's going to be so much more that's required with India doing so well on the space frontier. So I had a tough one for all of us to learn. We'll do scores after the next round. I'll just move on to the next round and then we'll do the scores. I think we're doing well at this moment. As we go into the third round of our quiz final, unless you all want to stop me somewhere and ask for the scores, generative intelligence coming up now. We've also moved this quiz marginally into areas like basic engineering knowledge, vast amount of science and technology, of course. So here is some testing at a national level. As we begin with the first one, scoring pattern remaining the same on your screen now. This is a rare statue in India of a person who's believed to be a great engineer in his mind and the father of Indian industry. Whose statue is this? Someone's gone for it. On my left is Delhi Public School. Yes.
Jamshed Tata.
Jamshed G. Tata.
Yes.
As in J.N. Tata.
Yes.
Outstanding answer. Oh, lovely answer. J.N. Tata is one of those rare businessmen who has a huge number of statues across India. Jamshedpur, understandably, you'll find it in Bangalore, Mysore, lot of places in India where you'll find J.N. Tata statue. I'm so happy a youngster got that absolutely right. Good one. Not too far from here, he gave India one of its most prestigious hotels as well. You should see it if you're around for a while. As we go to the next one, hands on the buzzer, 50 to Vadodara. On your screen, next question, now. From what extremely tough but light material is... Hold on.
Buzzer is not working.
Hold on, table number 8, it is you. Calm down, okay. Press again. No, you don't press. Table 8. Yes, go on.
Carbon fiber.
Plus 50. All right. Water is below your table in case. Deep breath. Passionate young man. Don't worry, I've got a backup switch here which says what it is. So what normally happens is when you hit the buzzer, it goes in and comes out. So it's a spring action. So you're not switching on the switch, okay? Good. Just press it, don't hit it. On to the next one. 50 to you. On screen, here it is. This statue, 8 again. 1 second. Can you just press yours again? Okay, we'll have that. I think you moved your switch. Go on. 8 again.
Isaac Newton.
Sorry?
Sir Isaac Newton.
Explain that to me.
This is a statue of Sir Isaac Newton doing some experiments.
I won't be surprised 5 months from now if he writes a book, Statues Across the World by Aditya. Put your hands together, he's got it right. That's a rare statue of Isaac Newton outside the British Library, which shows him using a divider. And the divider is used to, of course, study principles of conservation of momentum. And angular momentum is what he's trying to superb. Try your buzzer again. I'll just come and help you out with that otherwise. Yeah? Oh, sorry. Yeah? Okay. Look fine. 50 again. As we go to the next one on your screens, now. This is a device which has evolved tremendously in the world of sport. Today, it's absolute technology which controls this device. Yes?
This device is used to make the mesh in rackets.
Make the mesh.
Yeah, the hitting part, the strings and all.
Okay, what do you do with this?
We put a racket on the round part and we just operate it so it automatically strings the wire around it.
It will take me a while to accept that this boy is from class 8. Plus 50! He's setting the national final on fire. Well, we've heard of Tendulkar in cricket. We're waiting to see one perhaps in quizzing. He's really setting this quiz on fire. Majority of them are class 11 and 12, and they're contending with a class 8 kid who's really blazing away here today. Let's see if he holds to that momentum. The scorecard's going to be easy after 2 questions. Whether they want it or not, I want to see the scorecard. 2 questions to go in this round. Here's the next one on your screen now. This is, for a moment I thought it was him. Yes, Delhi Public School.
It's Joseph Daguerre.
This is who?
Daguerre. Daguerre, the guy who invented the daguerreotype, father of photography.
This is Daguerre, the father of photography. What more do you know about him?
He invented the first camera, which is called the daguerreotype.
What class are you?
Class 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is New India. Oh, outstanding. I must confess, I had an argument with Rashmi and her team when this question came up. I told them, listen, I mean, they're not going to know this. They're school kids. It's not fair for us to put this question. She and her team said, listen, we are the ones who've quizzed them in the quarterfinals. We know the caliber of the kids. Put these questions. I stand corrected. Put your hands together. Wow. Out of the world. Superb quizzing. 50 to him. One more to go. How many of us would have known? You know the name of the camera?
Daguerreotype.
Okay, it was called the diorama. If I'm not wrong, I remember something on diorama at Tata Crucible. I can't remember asking it at a school quiz, but outstanding answers. Baffling. On to the next one. Technology plays a huge role in this sport. Coming up on your screen, these are blades. Go ahead.
Sports on ice, like ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
Or like skating on ice. Ice skating.
You're giving 2 sports. You got to make up your mind.
Ice skating.
Plus 50. Oh, he's got that right. Because your body requires very different movements when you skate, while in hockey, you can just tear through and go. Especially in ice skating and figure skating, you require precision, and technology today matches your shoe to your body weight and momentum of your body weight. So you can't simply randomly wear a shoe if you're doing figure skating today. It's a high precision, very, very intricate sport where if your body weight changes, your shoe has to change. So it's phenomenally intricate. Huge amount of technology goes into it. Outstanding answer. I need to take a look at the scores. This quiz is remarkable. Here's why I make that comment. Oh, look at that game. Look at that game from Thrissur. The question on ice skating and figure skating puts him actually in the lead. Cambridge Court from Jaipur have been quiet for a while. Chikmagalur quiet for a while. Delhi Public School doing well with those outstanding answers. We've suddenly got 5 people in the running. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a minus 50. Okay. So you got 4 of them in the running. I tell you what, this quiz is going to be amazing as we go into the final frontiers. You got 8 more questions to go. So that's a lot of quizzing at a national final because the pressure will begin to peak. We go to the penultimate frontier of our game, Cloud Power. Here it is. On Cloud Power, what you're going to do is think it through. You will need to think lateral, so it's not straightforward questions. I'm cautioning you. On to the first one. Take a look at these clues and give me an overall answer. Here we go.
Schumacher wins the Spanish Grand Prix.
All right. It's a small video there. Schumacher wins the Spanish Grand Prix. There's a car on your screen. These are all business families. What connects their roots? And
Italy.
not country, beyond that. And I was going to say something. You stopped me there.
Maybe they're owned by the same family, so the Ferraris, if I'm not mistaken.
Minus 50. And therefore, their names and identities. There's something which intrinsically connects the roots and histories of these companies, and therefore their names. You got to think hard. You don't win a national final of this quiz easily. Read it, think hard. Ferrero Rocher, Fendi, Ferrari, someone's giving it a shot. DPS.
The Ferrari company?
That's too easy to interpret. Minus 50. Anybody in the audience? Tough. I promise you it's a national final question from us. Yes, right at the back. He said Italy. I would have given it to him. No. He said Italy, not the country. I would have put far more names. Yes, you want to try? Mike.
Were these all families in the mafia?
They were all families in the mafia. I would never know that for sure to put it in a quiz competition.
Can I try?
Either ways. Yes?
Maybe more deeper in Italy. They're all from Maranello, which is a specific place in Italy. Maybe that's why they all share the same name.
Anybody? Well, ladies and gentlemen, go back in the history of all these companies. They were all originally in the iron business. Hence, their company names to this day start with F-E, ferrous for iron. They're all companies which came from iron backgrounds. Science to the modern world. Ferrari, Ferrero Rocher, Fendi, all of them start with F-E. F-E is iron. They're all companies which were once in the iron business. Next time you have a Ferrero Rocher, it does not give you iron supplement, but you can convince yourself that it is. Well, as we go to the next one, this is actually a round that raises the bar. It's a challenge round, if I may put it. As we go to the next one, on your screens, overall answer matters now.
I mean, quite frankly, there are two things for us when it comes to the partnership. The first is
important man speaking about something, tools for humanity, the first ever to get a golden visa from Indonesia, looped, and current affairs. Cambridge Court, hands off.
Sam Altman and OpenAI.
Sam Altman, explain.
Current affairs, because he was fired, then rehired, and then he fired the board. So I think I went on the current affairs part and the fact that he recently spoke at the OpenAI address before the whole 1 week of chaos happened.
What class are you?
12th.
Sam Altman would be happy class 12 India is following him. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I wouldn't have expected a school kid to speak Sam Altman. Outstanding. This is a round that's a little beyond you. So we kept it only to 3 questions, but superb. Next one. I'll lend you into a little more of a clue, but if someone knows it, I need to be fair. Here's the next one. Listen to this and take a look. Okay, he's going for it.
They both have won the Nobel Prize.
Sorry?
They both have won the Nobel Prize. And if I'm not wrong, that A.R. Rahman's song was like sung at the Nobel Prize ceremony.
So your answer is Nobel Prizes.
Yeah.
Minus 50. Minus 50. It's a very, very special song. Finally, it'll lead you to a company. Absolutely modern world. Tough questions, these 3. It's just to prepare you for the future. You would find these at Tata Crucible, not at your age, but the idea is to take you there. Nope. Anybody in the audience? Yes. No. All right, I'm going to play that video again quickly. There's a huge clue in that. If I can just have that playing again. The clue was all in the instruments they're playing in the background. That's your clue. Yes, young man. I'll come to Rashmi, you can't answer. Yeah, Varanasi. Unless, okay, he gets it wrong. Yes?
So like they were not touched, the instruments weren't touched by the musicians.
So?
So like,
So overall answer?
wireless something like answer. Mary.
All right, I'll come to you. Rashmi has her hand up. Let's see if she knows this. Yes? Intel Curie. Give her the mic. Intel's Curie. Explain that to me.
It's the Curie technology from Intel. If I'm not wrong, they've not continued with it, but it's wireless technology with music. What he said is right. It's named after Marie Curie, and you can basically configure it to any instrument, and you have a tiny little part that you wear on your hand, and you can simply play the music instrument with your
So you
hand
don't
movements.
need the instrument.
No, you don't need the
So you play
instruments
music
at all.
virtually.
Yes.
And that's A.R. Rahman and his team playing virtually.
Yes.
The previous version of that was called Edison, which is why I've got Edison. The next version is called Curie. They've not continued with it. It's virtual music where you do not require instruments. Since Rashmi says you were right, we'll give you the prize and not her. Well, absolutely. It's not fair to give Rashmi a prize, though. Those are my questions. And if you could just stand up, young man. He just won a national final of mine day before yesterday. And today has been a different day. He lost out in the semi-finals. But from Varanasi, he's an outstanding young quizzer. Still probably in class 9 or 10. So young quizzer. All right. The quiz is getting tough. And the questions, of course, in that round made it look even tougher. One round to go. I have 5 minutes left and 5 questions. So we're doing bang on time as we go to the final frontier, essence of speed. Here it is. The round that's going to determine who's going to be our national champion. 5 questions from me, 2 attempts allowed. You're allowed to press the buzzer and stop me from reading the question, which means you're telling me you know the answer. If you get it right, plus 50. You get it wrong, I continue reading the question for the benefit of the remaining 7, unless someone presses a buzzer. Clear on rules? Question 1 of 5, nothing appearing on your screen. I am a book titled A Synopsis of Elementary Results in Pure and Applied Mathematics. I was authored by George Shoebridge Carr. I served as an inspiration, a single book changing the life of a great Indian. From the world of mathematics to the world on my far right. Go ahead.
Ramanujan.
Your mic is off, sorry. Yeah, go on. Go on, I think we can still hear you.
Ramanujan.
Ramanujan is absolutely right. Srinivasan Ramanujan will give him a plus 50, and that is Sukrit, right? Sukrit will get a 50 on that one. Question number 2, hands on the buzzer. I am an animal found in the Ganges. I'm the national aquatic on my right, Chikmagalur.
So the aquatic, the Gangetic dolphin.
Plus 50. Plus 50 to the aquatic or the Gangetic dolphin, which is becoming actually an important animal for research on sound technology, because they are very, very good at sonar pulses. As we go to question number 3. This is a modern term, especially on the internet, describing the manipulation of facial appearances through generative methods.
Deepfakes.
Deepfake is manipulating images of people, etc. Plus 50. Plus 50. We'll take a look with 2 questions to go where this national final is hanging. Tell you what, this is going to be a nervous. Oh, on 150, Chikmagalur are 2 questions away. On 250 apiece, the national crown is between Thrissur and Jaipur. There are 2 of them on 50, Vadodara and Kolkata. So they need to get 2 right to challenge Amber. Might try and chase down the first and second, but he's got to get both right. So he's going to be careful on that. Otherwise, he'll have to see whether he's going to settle for third. The first prize is an outright battle. It's Thrissur versus Jaipur. Your class 12. Well, it's unfair to call him, the senior among, because it's class 12. But look at how India is being represented here. Class 12 in the lead. And who's your challenger? Class 8. I mean, that is India for you today. Outstanding. Outstanding. Decision making will happen at Chikmagalur. He's got to take the decisions, whether he's going to chase, whether he's going to be prudent, because third place is still a prize to be won. So he'll take a call. 2 questions remaining. Penultimate question. This has been in existence in the world for a very long time, though people think it's a technological phenomenon. In the 1970s, this was used to denote immediate address mode in the assembly language of the programmed data processors. It has also been used in information technology in a more modern avatar to highlight specific pieces of text. Over a period of time, it was used to group people to a belief or a thought. What is this that has been in long existence since 1970 as the number sign? How does the world know this? And we all use it commonly. Someone's gone for it. He's taking a risk. He's bold and courageous.
Hashtag.
Hashtag
Yes.
has been around since 1970.
Yes.
The youngest perhaps on stage is 1 question away from a national title. The hashtag! Boy, do we have a national final that's going to throw up an 8th standard kid as national champion. In my 24 years, maybe I've seen that once or twice, but they were, rare occasions, not at a national level, but this is sensational. Pressure on Jaipur. I think Chikmagalur will now settle, because he's not going to be worried either about not finishing third or second, so he'll look at the question carefully. Final question in this quiz. I think it's literally between Jaipur and Thrissur. This engineer, whose contributions revolutionized portable technology, made him the winner of the Enrico Fermi Award, the Benjamin Franklin Medal, and a Nobel Prize. The world lost him earlier in this year. He revolutionized. If you get it wrong, he's putting himself on the line. Go ahead, Aditya from Thrissur.
Is it John B. Goodenough?
John Goodenough. What did he give the world?
Lithium-ion batteries.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is good enough to win a lad title. Oh my God. The young lad from Thrissur redefines the word good enough. What a sensibly towards the end, not taking any negative. Finishing national third here today, Atindra from the Amber Valley School in Chikmagalur, the first from that hill station to finish in the top 3 of this country. And the rest, of course, finished together in their positions. A remarkable final here today. But ladies and gentlemen, should I say and invoke the line, the old order changeth, yielding place to the new. There will come a time in every revolution where there will be the young who will push the older. I can't use the word old in this context, but they will push the older. And this is a wake-up call for the 9th standards to the 12th standards, because this young lad is going to be around in this quiz for the next 5 years. That's the entry of a Sachin Tendulkar into a TCS InQuizitive. Ladies and gentlemen, from quiet Thrissur in Kerala, our national champion from the Vijayagiri Public School, Aditya. Fantastic! Well, may you achieve so much in life that we finally have a statue for you, young man. I think you deserve one. He's been sublime. I think these, are what purpose a quiz like this serves. Because somehow, and I'm a great believer in our education system. I work with governments, so I'm not someone who's a random critique of our system at all. But these are the things our system doesn't sometimes throw up. And you need giants like TCS to create platforms like this to find these sparks of geniuses that exist amongst us. Today, we have found one such. And ladies and gentlemen, in his current role that he has taken over not so long ago, he will be so delighted to see this final here today and feel the future of people in technology space is safe. At least that is one comforting feeling our guest is going to have. He's himself an alumnus of the University of Madras, an illustrious college when it comes to quizzing, IIT Kanpur, the current reigning champions of Tata Crucible. So he comes with a quiz legacy of colleges as his alma mater. He's known for his contributions in building the BFSI sector vertical for Tata Consultancy Services, with amazing contributions over the last 3 decades. A quiet leader who allows his work to do the talking is what one senior Tata friend of mine told me when I told him he's my guest and how do I introduce him. This was the line I heard. A very quiet worker who allows his work to do the talk. Ladies and gentlemen, he loves reading. He's a fitness enthusiast. We're truly, truly delighted to have him with us as the CEO and Managing Director of Tata Consultancy Services. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. Krithivasan. If you could join us on stage, sir. Thank you so much for the time, for your presence. Truly appreciate you joining us right through the quiz. Keep that applause going. I think it's a true delight for all our youngsters. So let me get straight in. Simply put, all right, we've got another mic.
Good evening.
Simply put, I'm speechless. So what's your reaction?
You said it right, Giri. When we started this quiz, I think we used to call it ITVs in those days. Idea was to ensure that there is enough.
Can I just take this? I think there's an echo.
Idea is to ensure that there is enough interest among the school kids in technology, and so that we can inculcate that habit and we can have more people join technology. But seeing what we are seeing today, one, it's highly inspiring. 2, overwhelming, sometimes threatening, sitting there. Okay, but I should thank you for asking one question on Australia Stock Exchange. That's one answer I knew. Second is Jamshedji Tata. Thanks. And one thing you didn't know, I knew. He was saying something like that. I have a daughter. When she says, Dad, something like that, it means, Dad, you don't know.
Well said. I'll try and get this. All right. We also got a whole host of youngsters watching this. Do you have any advice for the young today?
See, there is so much opportunity in technology today. And India's calling card is technology, and you'll all go a long way by keeping your interest alive. And that you don't have to, these guys are really exemplary, but we have to keep trying. There is space for so much of, there is so much opportunity in India, and there is so much for trying. So I would encourage all of you to learn something new. It's not only for the young kids, for all the oldies like us as well. Okay, we need to keep learning. There is so much to learn. The world is changing every day. Keep learning something new. That's a question we have to be asking ourselves every day.
Can we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much. I'll get straight into our prize distribution. And coming up first, finishing third at the national level here today to receive the award from the CEO of Tata Consultancy Services, Atindra from Amber Valley Residential School, Chikmagalur, will walk up to receive his trophy. We'll give him the trophy first. Is behind this okay or? Yeah. I think he deserves a much better applause. Put your hands together. All right, we got the check for him. Just hold on, Atindra. Yeah. Wait, give it to me. I'm not sure if that'll hold. It'll hold? Okay. She says it's better with her. All right. Give him a round of applause. Excellent, young man. Well done. Finishing runner-up here today. And he only knows too well. He's an outstanding quizzer. He's been around for a long time. He knows he lost to a young talent. But even then, I think he's been really brilliant. To finish runner-up here today, put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Rohan from Cambridge Court from Jaipur. Well done. Superb. Yeah, it's very heavy. Give you your check. Put your hands together. Placard. And ladies and gentlemen, the national champion for 2023 from Class 8 from Thrissur. Can you carry this? That's a good doubt. Yeah, I think that's a fair. You want that? This is better. I think it deserves a thunderous applause. Superb. And the check for the young man, or the man of match, whatever you call it, declaration of winner. Good job, extremely. And ladies and gentlemen, truly want to appreciate our guest of honor for his time. Thank you so much, Mr. Krithivasan. Pleasure. We'll just request you, can someone accompany him? All right, all the finalists on stage and the other finalists, only the finalists, if you could just follow Aditi into that room for your photographs with the chief guest. All the contestants, yes, we've got all the 24 invited there. If you all, the rest of you just be seated here. All semi-finalists and the stage finalists, if you could join the CEO for your photographs and to collect your bags of goodies from him. That's a very nice gesture to get all the 24 to be with him to collect their prizes and their photographs. To all of you, ladies and gentlemen, from me, Pig Brain, till we meet again. If you're still catching on your breath, I can catch mine too, because I think this was out of the world. I haven't seen a performance like this in a long time. But from me, Pig Brain, from my young colleague Rashmi, to all of you here on behalf of Tata Consultancy Services, thank you for joining us. Good evening and goodbye. Thanks a lot. If you're accompanying your children, just stay here. We'll get them back here once they're done with the photographs with them.